All right, we've just as I thought, they did come through to come and have a drink. Wonderful, and we've got such a lovely view of them from across the dam. You can see that Thandi on the left and young Hosana moving off to the right. She wouldn't let him drink close to her. Isn't that a beautiful view? This is just great. Fantastic. He's going down to drink now too. Just on the other side, there he is. Look at that reflection in the water. Again, something very special, having a female and a leopard that's not her offspring. So Hosana, but again, as I said, these animals interact a lot more than we realize, and especially in these areas where the density of leopard is so high. So it's not unusual for leopards to meet and bump into each other like this. But you could see how aggressive she was. Now, one thing I must point out is look how long these leopards will stay down and drink for. Now, the reason is they actually don't lap up a lot of water with each lick. The tongue curls backwards and they'll lap up the water. But often these big cats, when they do go and drink, they drink for quite a while, especially, I mean, I'm not sure, but it looks like Thandi has recently fed, so she's most likely very thirsty. Often leopards will be very thirsty after finishing a kill. There's a lot of high salt content in blood and in carcasses, so they do get thirsty. But when they do drink, they'll spend quite a bit of time drinking. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, now, Paul, you say this is a special sighting with Thandi and Hosana, and I suppose it is. They, well, brother and sister, same mother. So that is really interesting. Now, some of you might be asking, do they recognize each other, that they are related? I'm not sure. I don't know. By the scent, possibly, but I don't know. And I'm not sure anybody would be able to answer that accurately. I think people may have theories about it, but I don't know if they 100% recognize that they are related. And, you know, is there such thing as relation with leopards? Yes, possibly, not to the extent that we know, probably. And the reason I say that is because, you know, you do get interbreeding between father and daughter, and or occasionally, you know, it does occur, just as with lions too. Let's see the interaction here if Hosana decides to go a bit closer to Thandi. You see, he's keeping his distance. Again, I'm not entirely sure why he is following her around like this. Does he think that she's perhaps got a kill and she's going to take him to a kill? Maybe. You know, he would have remembered that from his mother and recognized this as an old female, so possibly thinking that there's a chance she has a kill and that she may take him to it. He's moving through the back there. Look at him. He's definitely giving her a wide berth. But he's still contact calling. That oh, something like that. It's a bit rougher than what I can do, but Dear, my leopard calls are not very good, everyone. I do apologize, but he's contact calling to her. Temperature's dropped quite substantially at the moment, and I think especially because we're closer to the water, it's quite cold. I can't tell you how fortunate we are to see interaction between two leopards, because leopards are solitary most of the time, and also leopards are extremely elusive. As you know, at times we track for days and not able to find a leopard. So to find two like this in close proximity, the interaction between two, it is very special, and we are fortunate. And that's one thing I reiterate with guests too that come out when we do have sightings like this, when we do get to spend time with these wild animals. We are very, very fortunate, because they are purely allowing us to view them. It's got nothing to do with us. It's not our choice at all. It's their choice. If they wanted to disappear, they could do so very, very easily. I'm so happy we got to spend time with these leopards this afternoon. This is very special. And after this morning, like I said, I think the bush owes us a little bit. This morning we were not very lucky. We didn't find much, but it was still lovely being out, and that's good. I like that, because it just makes us appreciate sightings like this even more. Definitely, the temperature has dropped quite a bit. Cool breeze in the air. Like I said, it may also be because we're close to the water, so there's cold wind coming off the water's edge. Kelsey, now generally what I've found is young leopards from about the age of 4-5 years old, they'll start trying to set up territory for themselves and possibly scent marking. Let's see what he's trying to do here. He's watching the doves. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? No, so as I'm saying, generally young males about 4 or 5 years old start trying to set up territory for themselves and scent mark. Young females, though, I know have tried to set up a territory for themselves a little bit earlier than that, about 3 years old, and I've seen young females 2.5, 3 years old trying looking to mate with males, or males looking to mate with them. May not necessarily be successful when they are that young, but they I have seen it before. Look at it growling at him again. See those ears pinned back, showing the black and white tips of the ears. That agnostic behavior, the aggressive behavior, that's what it's known as. So it's showing those threatening markings, almost the black and white to the ears. They pin them back. You do not want to bump into a leopard when that face is looking at you, because then you've crossed the line and you're a little too close for comfort. why don't we go across to Tara quickly? He's apparently got a beautiful sunset. I'll sit with these leopards for a little while longer.